You are listening to Profit Without Worry, episode number 113. So what exactly is Profit Without Worry? Well, let's talk about it today. Hey there, I'm Michelle Evans, and this is the show where coaches, experts, and business owners like us get real about what it takes to create a profitable online business. I can tell you from experience that nonstop hustle plus random acts of marketing do not equal success. So how do we attract a steady flow of clients and sales without all the hustle? This is the Profit Without Worry podcast. Hey, welcome back, my friend, and thank you for tuning in. Hey, I have a question for you, the same question I have almost every episode. Have you downloaded your free guide to Profit Without Worry? It's really easy to do. Just go to profitwithoutworry.com/free and you can download the guide to get on your own path to Profit Without Worry. And we're talking all about it today. And I'd love to connect with you. It's super easy to do. You can email me, michelle@michellelevans.com. Hit me up on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Tag me and use the hashtag Profit Without Worry so that I can see your message. Ask me a question, leave a comment, or just say hi. I love to put a face with your name and know who is tuning in each and every week. And it's even better if you ask your questions. I love hearing questions from listeners. Okay, let's dive in to today's show. I'll be honest with you. For a very long time, I thought that being a business owner meant a life of worrying about money, of worrying about cash flow, of worrying about payables, of worrying about finding new clients. Just like my whole being was about, deciding to go down this entrepreneurial path means I have to worry about money. And the worst part is that I didn't even realize that this was a belief of mine until I did some soul searching. I did Denise Duffield Thomas's Lucky Bee Money Boot Camp, and I really got, I won't say clarity, but honesty about what I was resisting in my business. And look, I'm just going to be honest with you. I bought Denise's course. Gosh, I think I bought it maybe in 2015 or 16. I can't remember. I've done it more times than I can even tell you. And yes, I do it over and over again because every stinking time I go through it, I find something else I need to work on. So it's just kind of like this process that I'm always going through. She says that we're all like onions and we need to just keep peeling back the layers to get to what's really underneath. And this was one of the things that was underneath, is this story that running a business meant that I had to worry about money. And even weirdly enough, I was actually resisting making money be easy for me. In fact, I realized that I had a story in my head about how hard it was to get new clients, how much I had to be out there doing all the things, right? And the rules that I had to follow to build a legit business. And this led me to do all sorts of crazy things, like way overspending on launches before I even had a product that was proven. Like in 2015, 2016, when I joined this crazy mastermind and I went to over 50 events in a 9-month period of time, and I made well over 1,000 sales calls and sold nothing. I felt like I had to have this crazy hustle story about how much I invested, how much time, how much money, how much effort, how many places I was, how many people I knew, and like how hard it was to get out there and get my break to make money. Until one day I was like, holy heck, if I am working this hard to make not a lot of money, maybe it's time to try something different because this is not working for me and it's not sustainable. And if you'd asked me back at that time, this was probably like January or February of 2016. If you'd asked me then if I wanted making money to be hard, I would have looked at you like you had 3 heads and, were hissing at me. I would have been like, no, who wants making money to be hard? I'm just doing all the right things to get clients. I was building my email list. I was creating lots of new freebies. I was doing tons of speaking engagements. I was out there doing the things I thought that I had been told that I needed to do in order to be a legit business, in order to get clients in the door. But, the excuse that I would have given you is that, no, I don't want this to be hard, but it is hard when you're newer in business. It is hard when I'm not as well known as other people. It is hard when I don't have a great website or a great brand or, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I probably had 500 excuses I could have given you. And yep, those were all excuses that I used to hold myself back and to make money, to make making money. Does that make sense? To make making money be hard. That's a really awkward sentence, but you get what I'm saying, right? Is that I was telling myself these stories. I was doing these things because I thought that it needed to be hard to make money, that I had to hustle and work hard. And I really want to share this with you because I see a lot of people doing this same thing all the time. And when I see them in it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I see myself. Like I can recognize it because I've been through that as well. And you and I, we read stories about entrepreneurs, about these great hustle stories that they've done to hustle their way to success. And we think that's the only way, but it's not. In fact, for every rags to riches, this is how hard it was hustle story, there's also a hustle story of somebody who was able to, stumble into a great idea and make it work. And so instead, I found that when I really spend the time to get into my client's head and to truly understand what my audience wants to buy, what problem they want to solve, it's actually pretty simple to make money. But there's no way that I could have gotten into their heads making the offers that I thought I had to make to be a legit business. In fact, that old coach that ran that mastermind that was so crazy that I was in, she didn't want me making sales that were less than $10,000. And she said that I needed to be closer to $15,000 to $20,000 for each client. Well, I'll tell you, in my mind, I wasn't ready for that big of an offer. So in my mind, I was like, oh, if I'm going to be charging people $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to work with me, I've got to be super legit, right? These are the stories that were going through my head that I don't think I was even consciously aware of sometimes. And so I'm making all these sales calls back then, over 1,000 of them, trying to sell a $10,000, a $15,000 product. Even at one point, I went down to, I think, $7,200 or $7,500. I can't remember. And I couldn't sell it because I, number one, didn't understand the problem that the people that I was talking to that they were trying to buy. And two, I didn't have a track record of success that would lead somebody to want to pay that much money. And so I tried that for about 9 months. And of course it didn't work because I wasn't there mentally or business-wise yet. And so there was no way I could sell somebody on that. Instead, when I switched to making super, super specific, itty bitty little baby offers, and I call them mini offers, like MINI, little baby ones. And I really follow what people are buying and asking for. It's really simple to make money. In fact, some of my quote unquote launches, they weren't launches because I didn't do anything big, but I'd do an email or maybe 2 emails, or I'd do a social media post. And it would result in sales because it was super specific and it was a little baby offer. So there wasn't a giant, risk factor out there. And people are like, yeah, I'd love for somebody to look through all of my marketing and give me video feedback. That sounds amazing. And I sold that little baby offer, sold it out fast. And by selling it out, I meant so many people bought it that I was like, I don't have enough time to get these all done. I better stop selling them. And I want that for you too, because here's what's really cool is that once I was able to make these little mini offers, those sales resulted in testimonials. It resulted in great conversations with people who had actually paid me money. It resulted in me understanding more what my audience was looking to buy, what problem they were struggling with, what they were excited about with my offer or offers. I had a whole bunch of mini offers. And those testimonials, they fueled more sales. And it was a beautiful organic growth for my business because the more sales I got in, the better I understood people and what they were looking for, and the better my offer could be. And then the more testimonials I had, the more people believed that I could help them because I'd helped other people like them, and the easier sales would be. And from there, everything just grew. It grew in a beautiful, organic way that didn't require doing a gajillion sales calls. That might be a slight exaggeration, but you know what I mean. Like, who wants to do sales calls for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day where person after person is like, nope, 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 day after day? Like, I wanted to help people, and I'm sure you do too. And in this way, I was able to learn about my audience in a way that I never could have done on my own. My audience learned to trust me. My audience learned to understand that what I could offer for them, how it could help them, how I'd helped other people like them. And even to this day, I use some of those testimonials that I got back then because they're so powerful. And because I learned about my audience, I was able to put into place marketing funnels that attracted and spoke to the right person. And those marketing funnels, they don't feel salesy to people. They feel relevant and helpful and interesting. And it leads people to want to buy. There's no pushiness. There's no like crazy selling. It's just like, hey, here's what this can do. Here's how it's helped people like you. Do you want to buy? And that's when I realized that profit can be made without worry, without stress, without sleepless nights, without sleeping on planes, without being away from my family. In fact, it seems like the simpler I make this process, the easier it is to get sales to the right people, to make sales to the right people, right? To attract the right people in who are like, heck yeah, I want to buy. Let's start working together. And I want that for you too. And even better, now that I've realized the idea that you've got to hustle until you're dead to make money in business is total BS, my life, like, the life outside of the business, my life plus my business are both so much better. I've had the chance to spend so much more time with my kids because I'm not stressed out. I'm not on the phone trying to make sales calls. I'm not desperate for that next sale. I'm not traveling all the time and jet lagged or, my mind is somewhere else. I've got more energy to put into new ideas and offers. I've got, energy to put into connecting on a deeper level with my clients and my students. And I'm not constantly draining myself making sales calls all day long. For me, having a profit without worry marketing funnel means that I can sleep well at night, and I can take vacations, and I can play hooky on a sunny day because I live in Seattle and the sun is few and far between in the winter, because I trust my business to support me. It means I can go on field trips with my kids. It means I can take unexpected time off when I'm sick, or I can, take a long weekend to do a deep dive on some new ideas that I have for myself. And mostly it means I've got space and support in my business versus stress and worry. When I put my first marketing funnel in place that was really designed not to just sell, but to really help my audience, I was shocked at how well and easy it could work, and that I didn't really have to do a lot once it was up and running. And I really had to check myself not to continue to tweak it and to, work on it and work on it and work on it some more just so that I was working. I was like, I need to just trust the system. And profit without worry happens because I do have systems in place. In fact, I shared last episode that in late September, I turned almost all of my systems off but one. So now I have a system in place, but it works 24/7. So I don't have to worry. I don't have to guess. I don't have to hustle to get the results I want. Once a marketing funnel, a Profit Without Worry marketing funnel is set up, I just let it run. And, my job is just to make sure that it's out there in front of people and that there's traffic to it. But I don't have to keep reinventing the wheel over and over. I just need to make sure that I'm creating something that serves my audience. And Profit Without Worry means that I have a business, not a hobby, fueled by hope, fear, and a prayer, and sleepless nights. And I want that for you too. And honestly, it all started by realizing that I was making it hard to be profitable. I was making money, making money be hard. I really need to work on that. I was making it hard to actually make a sale or make money, right? So I have a question for you. Are you making it hard to be profitable for your own business? In your mind, do you have a story like I did that making sales and making profit, having offers that people want to buy, that's hard? If so, I want to invite you to check in with yourself on what Profit Without Worry means to you. Do you believe it's possible? And more importantly, do you believe it's possible for you? And I'd also like to invite you to listen to one of my most popular podcast episodes. It's episode number 47, How to Use a Mini Offer to Build a Profitable Marketing Funnel with Confidence. I'll link to it in today's show notes, which you can find at profitwithoutworry.com/episode-113, or just look for episode 47 in your podcast app of choice. I'd also like to hear back from you. What does Profit Without Worry mean for you? Hit me up on social media or email me, Michelle@MichelleLEvans.com. I promise if you don't want me to, I won't share any, secrets with you, but I'd love to hear, was this an aha moment? Did you find that you have a story like I did, that running a business means hustling hard and that, you're always kind of climbing that, where's my next client ladder? Or is it something else entirely? I would love to hear from you. And as you were listening to this, did you think of someone who could use these insights about creating profit without worry for their own business? If you can think of someone who could use this, would you do both of us a big favor and share this episode with them? It's super easy to do from whatever podcasting app you're listening on, or just share the URL for today's show at profitwithoutworry.com/episode-113, and your friend can listen there. And don't forget to download your freebie, 5 Steps to Profit Without Worry. You can take that, you can get that at today's show notes, or just go to profitwithoutworry.com/free so that you can see what it takes to create a movement with your own marketing. All right, I hope you have an amazing week, and I'll see you back here next week, same time, same place, on another great episode of Profit Without Worry. I'll see you then.